Hi, my name is Matthew Lanfair. This is my final project for Alexander Pon's ethical hacking class, Fall 2019. So today I'm going to be talking about man-in-the-middle attacks. Man-in-the-middle attack is when, as it sounds like, the hacker gets in between the gateway and the target computer. And any traffic being routed between those two is going to be intercepted and even altered. So this type of thing is useful for stealing credentials. Any information being sent in plain text could be intercepted and easily read. It's used a lot for phishing, where it sends you to a fake URL. Say, for instance, that you look up Facebook while you're connected to a hacker's Wi-Fi. And they can actually redirect you to a fake Facebook site. It looks like Facebook, but everything's being sent in plain text. So any credentials that you enter in there is going to be taken. Any website that you visit that you enter your credit card information, they can get all that information. So there's three ways to accomplish this. The first way is to actually be connected to the same subnet that the target is connected to, and using a technique called ARP poisoning. And ARP poisoning alters the IP tables of the target computer and the router in order to think that I am, for the router, it would think that I'm the target computer, and for the target computer, it's going to think that I'm the router. So all the traffic is going to be sent to me first, and then I'm going to forward that to the computer, to the router, so that it doesn't know it's been intercepted. The second way is using a portable hotspot device, this device right here, which creates a fake Wi-Fi in order for someone to connect to. So with this type of thing, I could attach a portable battery to this, and I could go to Starbucks and I could set up a Starbucks Wi-Fi, something that at least says Starbucks Wi-Fi. And people will connect to it thinking that it's the Starbucks Wi-Fi, but really it's my network, and I can see everything that they're looking at online. And the third way would be using either actually getting direct access to the target computer, or using some kind of exploit to set up a proxy to route all internet traffic through a website that I control. So we're going to be doing the first two of these today. And so to demonstrate this, this is my VMware Windows machine, and this is Kali Linux. I'm going to run a computer program called EEL4806 to conduct a man-in-the-middle, and then using DriftNet, I'm going to be able to see the images that are being sent over that network. Alright. So the first thing we need to do in order to do this is we need to make some changes to the configuration files of EEL4806. So EEL4806, this is the configuration file right here. And this one here is going to say 65,532, each of these, and you just go ahead and change that to 0. And then the next thing we need to do, as we talked about the IP tables, is I need to set up the forwarding and redirection. So you type in IP tables in your Control F, and you find these two lines here, pre-routing and redirect. This is going to redirect all the traffic. And so you just go ahead and uncomment these, you save that, and now you're ready for man-in-the-middle. Just open this up. So we're going to do EEL48-G, that's going to open up our GUI. Alright. So before we start, first we need to identify who our computer is that we're going to be attacking. So my Windows machine, I just have to find this out here, go to command prompt, ipconfig 192.168.1.115. This is our IP address. This is the IP address that we're going to target. And this is our router address that we're going to target, 192.168.1.254. So we go back to Kali, we start unified sniffing, Ethernet 0. Okay. Then you go up to the host tab here, scan for hosts. It's going to look for anybody that's connected to the network. So as you can see, these are all the computers that are hooked up to my network. Right here. And here's the target machine IP address right here. So you click add to target 1. Then this is the gateway router right here, add to target 2. Targets, current targets. As you can see, target 1, target 2. Now I could fill this up with a whole list of targets if I wanted to and attack a whole company if I wanted. Anyway, and so to start the attack, you go to man in the middle, ARP poisoning. This is where it's going to trick the router and the target computer. All right, here we go. Give that a minute to work. All right, so now at this point, this machine has been compromised. Anything being sent over the internet on this computer is going to be picked up and detected by this. Okay. All right. Now, if we want to actually see this information, we're going to use a program called DriftNet. You're going to type in driftnet.i interface 03. And it's going to open up this little window right here. So to test this, we're going to go ahead and open up our Windows Explorer. Now, with this particular technique, we're only going to see things that are transmitted in HTTP. Anything in HTTPS is going to have an SSL on it, which is going to encrypt all that data. We're not going to be able to see it. So I'm going to go to a website that I know has HTTP. We're going to go to testfire.net. Testfire.net. Okay. All right, now if I did this right, all these should be visible on the DriftNet. And there we go. So these are the images that were sent over when I opened this web page. So right now, I'm intercepting anything that's being sent over here that's in plain text. I'm going to be able to see it. So another technique we can use. I'm going to demonstrate now the Wi-Fi pineapple. We can just go ahead and get out of here. So this uses a Wi-Fi portal. So what I've done is I've connected this to my home Wi-Fi, and then what this is doing is it's setting up a second Wi-Fi that's being shared with this one. So it's effectively all the traffic's being sent to this Wi-Fi, and it's going and sending that to my router and then sending it back and forth like that. Okay. This is our dashboard. Now just to demonstrate what this is really important here. So these are my configurations for the Wi-Fi pineapple. This is what allows people to connect to my network. And this here is really important right here, the beacon response. Whenever you go to say Starbucks Wi-Fi or something like that, and you say connect automatically, it adds this to this list that's going to be sent out. Whenever your phone or whatever it is that you're using doesn't have Wi-Fi, it's going to send out a beacon looking for anything with the same Wi-Fi of anything that it wants to connect, anything with the same name. And so with this beacon response type of thing, the broadcast, SSID pool, all this, what it does is it detects those Wi-Fis that your cell phone or whatever it is are looking for, and then it actually creates a Wi-Fi with that name in order to trick the device into connecting to it. So people will actually set these up, say, at a motel by the side of the road, and as everybody's driving by, it's intercepting all the communication that's happening on people's phones as they drive by. Okay, so what I've gone and done is these share the same interface card. So I've connected my desktop to the phony Wi-Fi that I have here, just to demonstrate. So this is my computer right here that I've been able to connect to. So this is my MAC address right here. I don't even know who this is. Go disassociate. All right. And so just to demonstrate, we're going to go ahead and use DWAL. DWAL is a sniffer, and it's going to pick up any plain text URLs, cookies, or data and images being sent. So I'm going to go ahead and use my desktop computer. I'm going to use testfire.net, and it should pop up right there. So this here, DNS spoof, this can be used to reroute traffic. This can be used to send someone to whatever website I want them to. All right. And that's it for the Wi-Fi Pineapple. So this type of attack, once it's actually successful, it's very hard to detect. The only real way to detect it is with maybe checking the latency. Sometimes if you're sitting there and they're making alterations to the network, it's going to slow the network down, and sometimes you can detect that. But other than that, it's very hard to detect once someone's connected. The best way to protect is really to prevent people from being able to connect in the first place. So don't allow anybody to use your Wi-Fi that doesn't have don't allow anybody to use a Wi-Fi that doesn't have a password on it or has a very weak password. I wouldn't recommend using public Wi-Fi. And anytime you do use a Wi-Fi, like say Starbucks, don't have it connect automatically, because that'll leave you susceptible to that whole beacon response we were talking about before. So another thing we can talk about is these techniques only work for HTTP. Anything that has an SSL on it, it can't detect. But so whenever you're surfing the internet, you don't ever want to send any confidential information on a website that is not secure. Anything that's in HTTP is going to be sent in plain text, and they're going to be able to snag all of that information. HTTPS is more secure, but there are programs like SSL Strip, which will actually strip off the SSL off the HTTPS, and you'll still be susceptible to the information being leaked. That's going to be it for me. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and have a good night.